The Ooni of Ife has pleaded with the Supreme Court to help him beg his wives to sign the divorce papers so that he can at least focus on another thing in this life. Because lately it's been divorce, 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 and all his wives are not in any way at all giving him the leverage to get the divorce he wants. They say that if a marriage lasts for, is it 3 months or 6 months, you are leveraged to get a divorce from your partner. And right now, his marriage with all his wife have lasted up to years, and what he is expecting is an immediate divorce, and his wives are not giving him. So, my people, but would they only get this divorce? It is another question we are asking. Would they only get this divorce? Because we all know that this divorce matter started long before now. We know that this matter started long, long before now. And even when this matter started, who first asked for divorce? It was Olori Toby. She felt the Ooni was not being caring enough. She felt there were some other person she could meet out there that could show her the care, affection that she needed. So she requested for a divorce from the Ooni. But according to what we heard, allegedly, the Ooni rather gave her time to go think of if that was really, really what she wanted for herself. And then when Toby left the palace, we heard she had an engagement with another man. And then Toby came back into the palace heavy with announcing that she's pregnant for the Oni. So right now, this is the big check. This is the cocoa on ground. The cocoa on ground is when Oni proposed to divorce Olori Ashley, it was indeed in his heart to divorce her because Ashley came out the Oni in such a way that the Oni did not appreciate. Now remember that Ashley is a priestess. So if the Ashley comes out at the Oni in a way that the Oni does not appreciate, he has every reason to be scared. Yes, because in as much as he says that he's a king for all, both pagan, Muslims, Christians, everybody inclusive, it does not make any difference if someone attacks him or not. Yes, someone has the leverage to do whatsoever the person wants. But in as much as he still has the Ifa chief priest and some other people giving him guidance, counseling, and then watching over him spiritually, and then they see as pastors like their Pastor Jerry Eze Jeremiah and a lot of them praying over his life, still it does not hinder someone attacking him spiritually. Yes, so when Ashley came out that way, they only became quite curious. And it was not his fault that he became curious. Because if you want to look at it very well, Ashley deals with a marine word. Yes. That is why when she stayed out of the shrine for so long, although Naomi had to come into the picture and tell her that, listen, that is where you belong. Go back to where you belong. Do not stay out of that place because of one thing or the other that has happened. Go to where you belong. Okay, keeping Ashley out of the shrine is more like keeping Olori Naomi out of the church. Olori Naomi is a prophetess. It is more like what? Keeping her out of the church. So we could understand why she supported Ashley to go back. They said that what? If you know this is your God, embrace the person. If you know you are a Christian, embrace your God. If you know you are a Muslim, embrace your God. If you know you are a traditionalist, embrace the God you are serving. That is just it. So there was no form of division. We saw how they technically supported each other. Go to the one you feel answers you, and I will go to the one who I feel answers me. So from that point, when Oni was informed that, see, this is it, you cannot divorce Ashley. She was betrothed to you. If only you did not become a traditional ruler, she was automatically what? A betrothed to the person who will become a traditional ruler. You understand? But now that you have become a traditional ruler, she is your betrothed and you would have to live with her. Oni became quite handicapped in divorcing Olori Ashley, and he took it upon himself that you stay in the palace, but I stay away from you. And you know, Ashley is a very good writer. She took it upon her social media handles, her platforms, and she started writing all her poetic apologies to the Oni. And then she wrote about health, and people started dragging her last year that if anything happens to the Oni, then we are coming for you for this statement you have made pertaining health. And then others were saying that if the Oni is sick, they should let them know so that they could bring in their support, see how medical treatment could be done immediately to spare his life and all of those things. But shall we know at some point that they're just internet clout and the rest? But this is the check. From that point, that Olori actually discovered that she could not be divorced by the Ooni, but she would live in the palace forever because she is a priestess, and she communed with the gods on behalf of Ile-Ife. And then the chief priest is there also doing his own communication. She started developing wings, and she started behaving in a manner that nobody could appreciate. Yeah, she started behaving in a manner that nobody could even appreciate her whole character and attitude. And right now, no, let's exclude her out of the whole divorce scheme, because it has been written that Ooni cannot divorce her. Well, he can send her out of the palace, pack leave, but you see, signing those papers that you are divorced, it's not going to happen, because the marriage was done and tied by the gods. So right now, it remains between the other wives to sign the divorce papers and say that we are no longer your wives, and all of them are refusing. Now, if you want to look at the basis to which these women are refusing to sign these divorce papers, it is quite hilarious. Olori Aderonke made a statement that it is better to walk away. The only doesn't want a situation whereby you walk away today, that okay, fine, I don't want it again. You understand? You walk away today, and then tomorrow, what happens? You come back into the palace, and when they ask you that, what are you doing here? You say that, what, did I ever divorce you? That is what the Ooni is trying to avoid. And the man is really, really trying to avoid it with all his strength, because his wives are capable of it. Look at those times that Toby left the palace. If it is another man, you will not come back into his household again. But because Olori Naomi came into the palace and there was going to be a feast, and then Naomi invited her over, come celebrate with me. She came and never left again. And then when the court ruled that Naomi takes charge of the palace, look at her actions. What did she do? She went to Lagos in Ikoyi to stay in the Ikoyi mansion and say that what, she cannot be in the palace when Naomi is in rulership. That is it. So even what these women want themselves, them, they don't know. Sign the divorce papers, they say, no, we are going to stay as your wives. Okay, stay as my wives. They are the ones causing chaos. They are the ones bringing all the basketballs in the palace. They are the ones bringing all the fights that one can ever imagine in the palace. At this point, there is no too much to say. Yes, that's just the truth. There is no too much to see. We will just patiently wait and see how all of these things will play out. Because these women keep telling us day after day that this is who we are and this is what we are capable of. So right now, it is just for us to wait and see how this whole matter will play out. And we don't even know if Ashley is on a safe line. Yes, let's not be too quick to exclude her in this whole chaos. We don't know if she's on a safe line, because what Ashley is doing, it is speaking negative of what she's supposed to be doing. Yes, in fact, it is totally speaking negative of who she is. So right now, we don't even know which one is which again. But let's wait and see how this whole matter will be.